Band failing in the charts, the collapse of his relationship with John Moss, and widespread heroin addiction amongst his peers.
Everybody was at it, you know, but my problem was much more extreme, and, you know, I was much more indulgent, and it just got out of hand.
As George's heroin abuse escalated, he withdrew from the media glare. It was an addiction he was trying to hide from the world.
One day I decided to go and visit. He eventually let me in. His whole appearance, it was like a wreck.
Okay, this song is one of the songs from the Calvin Chef album.
In June 1986, George performed at a charity concert in London. His appearance shocked the world, and rumours began to circulate about his heroin addiction.
It was genuinely shocking. He made pop music. He got to #1. People like that don't take heroin.
The state George was in, I really did think I was going to lose him. And I can remember praying fervently, saying, you know, look, you know, take me and leave him.
In a desperate bid to reach George, his brother David officially broke the story to the tabloids.
That was the moment of disbelief. I mean, literally sort of jaw open reading it, thinking, it can't be, it can't be. But it was.
Now, one of these reports quoted your brother as making these allegations.
No, it's just like, that's the worst thing about, you know, what do you say? You know, dog came from my own kennel.
In the long run, it done Georgie a favour, because it made him face the truth, right? But not the way it was done.
Throughout his addiction, a press-feeding frenzy monitored George's every move. And even though George checked into rehab and had kicked the drug a year later, Junkie George was a moniker that would stick with him way into the next decade.
For years, it was just like the only thing I ever did was come off heroin. And then I go and get arrested in New York. Twat.
Over the last 2 decades, George has struggled to keep drugs out of his life. This is made even harder as since 1991, George has been a world-famous DJ and is surrounded by drugs every time he plays. Just 3 weeks before sweeping the New York streets, George was booked to DJ in Portugal, but the tensions over his community service were beginning to show.
Sorry? I was abused by the New York police for fucking 2 days, I think, cry like that.
One of the conditions of George's release on bail was that he would undergo drug rehabilitation and stay clean.
Is this a special media-friendly garage?
And in the weeks leading up to his community service, George knew that he was on trial in front of the world's press.
If fame had an off button, it'd be brilliant. Unfortunately, it's just, you know, you can't moan about it. Because everybody wants to be famous now. Like, everybody wants to be famous, like stars, you know, it's just like boil in a bag, isn't it? Madonna, ugh. No, thank you. I just think she's vile, hideous, horrible human being with no redeeming qualities. There's nothing nice about her. I've never heard anyone say anything nice about her at all. Anyone that's ever met her, she's been vile too. Vile, full of herself, so it's unbelievable. And like, she gets away with it. It's like, how has this woman got away with it for so long?
George's arrival in Portugal was big news, and the hotel were keen to impress.
It's quite embarrassing, but actually we'll have to change the elevator. I'm really
That's all right. That's okay.
Sorry, John.
Good job Elton John's not here, it'd be a drama.
Sorry, John.
Do you mean this will change the elevator? Oh, no! I'm leaving. But you imagine if that was Elton John, the drama that would have ensued.
Sorry.
David Furness would be like spitting feathers right now. I can't treat my husband like this.
Yeah. Yep. Ready.
But you know what I mean, though? Can you imagine that? Thank God I'm not Elton John. There would have been such a drama. What happened? Nothing.
Surely they're terrific role models for everyone, aren't they?
I suppose so, yeah. Depends. If you're a common or golden homosexual, yeah, then maybe so. But not if you're a cock-sucking fag like I am. Oh, this is my own private check-in floor. Now I feel like Madonna. Hello. Touching me!
George's upcoming community service had been all over the Portuguese press, and a swarm of photographers descended to catch a glimpse of the superstar DJ.
Oh, that'll do. So where am I going?
This is Boy George right here! Boy George!
Both the press and the public continued to photograph George throughout his entire set.
I've had enough of myself now.
So what have you got planned for this evening?
Maybe a spot of masturbation. I'll be thinking about someone.